Well, just a horrific accident tonight here in Somerset County involving 3 trucks. One of them a coal truck. Right now, coal all over Route 30 after that truck exploded and caught on fire. There's been talk of renovating this area for at least 20 years now, if not more, but the funding is here and the construction is beginning now. Yeah, Wendy, and imagine being one of those parents today who got the calls that their sons had been hit by gunfire. Well, they rushed here to UPMC Mercy, not knowing the exact details, not knowing the specific conditions of their sons. Tonight, at least they can rest a little bit easier knowing that these are not life-threatening injuries. Well, Wendy, of course, 2013 has been such a big year for the city of Pittsburgh, but we have one day left, so we won't reminisce on all that just yet. Right now, first night, gearing up for the big day tomorrow. They are expecting another 35,000 people downtown for first night. Yeah, Shannon, this is just an unthinkable physical and sexual assault against an 85-year-old Catholic nun. Police say it happened on church property as she was heading in to church service for the day. Now, her attacker is said to be just 18 years old. He was on the loose for much of the day, but now we can report the Aliquippa police have found this man, and right now he is in jail. So here is a look at him. Again, 18 years old. He's identified as Andrew Bullock of Aliquippa. Some of the details in the criminal complaint are too graphic for television, but police say he exposed himself to the woman, then grabbed her, pulled her to the ground, and physically and sexually assaulted the 85-year-old Catholic nun. Police say Bullock hit her so hard in the jaw that she was unable to speak when police arrived on scene. It happened here at St. Titus Catholic Church on Sheffield Avenue around 11 a.m. The woman was on her way into for a church service when she was attacked. Again, her jaw was dislocated. She couldn't even speak at the time, so she had to write on a piece of paper, police say, what had happened to her. Detectives went out searching for the man with only a limited description, but as it would turn out, they did find this 18-year-old suspect a few hours ago, and they say he confessed tonight. Detectives credit construction workers nearby with a description of the suspect.
The construction workers right up the street were great. They described the guy. They've seen him several days in a row in that area, kind of lurking around. Gave the clothing description of black fatigues and the black hoodie and the jump boots and whatnot, and that definitely helped.
And so again, Bullock, just 18 years old. A look at the records show that he does have a criminal record. Again, right now he is charged with rape among other charges tonight. Now, unbelievably, police say that there was an attack on a nun back in 2006, really more of a robbery, a violent robbery. They say this is the same nun that was involved in that 2006 robbery. In both cases, both suspects have been found and put in jail. Reporting live, I'm Andrew Greco, Channel 4 Action News. Well, right now, state police are leading this investigation. Now, this is one of those stories that is so hard for most of us to fathom even taking place. This does involve an attack on a 2-year-old girl, but the family says they want this story told as they seek justice.
I want the person that did this to her to come forward, admit what has happened, and take the punishment that's deserved.
As 2-year-old Michaela Yapel sits on her grandmother Melody Krauser's lap, she's wearing a neck brace, still showing bruises on her young face, and recovering from internal injuries. Now, the family believes they know who hurt Michaela now almost 2 weeks ago. Police have not yet made an arrest, but are calling him a person of interest. Melody Krauser says the man has claimed that his children caused the injuries, but Krauser says doctors who saved Michaela's life through blood transfusions say no way.
They said no, they can tell that it was done by an adult. The trauma doctor told me was that she had been kicked and punched repeatedly.
It is unexplained how and why someone could do this to the young toddler 2 Friday nights ago. Also unexplainable why Krauser says Michaela wasn't taken to the hospital until the following morning. Child Protective Services has now intervened. Krauser has guardianship. Meanwhile, she prays Michaela does not have long-term damage as the family waits for that arrest.
She's the one that deserves justice because, what could she have possibly done wrong to take such a beating?
And so the family is surprised an arrest has not yet been made, but police sources point out that the child is in protective custody. That means there is time for this investigation to be a thorough one. Reporting here in Catania, I'm Andrew Del Greco, Channel 4 Action News. Well, the so-called knockout game is making headlines once again. It was about a year ago when local man Jimmy Adelsberger was attacked in this alley between Penn Avenue and Liberty Avenue. It was all caught on surveillance video here. Jimmy says it is painful to look at that video, but tonight he is bringing a positive message.
Whether this game exists or not, I'm not the one to say. I mean, an assault is an assault. And let's call it that. Forget about the terminology of knockout games.
Call it what you will, but this is the 2012 video now re-airing across the country as we learn of new victims of violent cheap shots. The latest, a 78-year-old woman in New York.
Yeah, the camera was a blessing.
Jimmy Adelsberger, a Pittsburgh teacher and musician, walked through the downtown alley practically every day for 9 years before the 15-year-old boy, who was caught, threw that punch that is so infuriating to watch.
Yeah, it's disturbing, it's frightening. I'm grateful that I'm here to talk about it, you know. It was a terrible thing, but it's not comfortable looking at it.
Now, a year later, he's still playing music, and as a man who teaches young people every day, he says he is not angry at what happened. In fact, he has a message for all, even the very teenager who dealt him that brutal blow.
Kids today have the power to make the right choices and to constantly try to be better than their former selves. I mean, that's all we can do in life, is to always constantly try to be better than our former selves. And I believe in positivity and having something to live for. For me, it's the music and the literature and the passion of working with people that keeps it alive. If you have nothing to live for, it's tough. People need a purpose.
And so Jimmy Adelsberger says he still feels safe downtown. As you saw there, he's fully recovered. He and his band have a gig tonight. And the Jimmy Adler Band also plays Saturday in Lawrenceville at the Needs Hotel. Reporting in downtown Pittsburgh, I'm Andrew Del Greco, Channel 4 Action News. By the age of 4, Eddie Buggs could do backflips.
He was amazing. I can't stress the fact enough.
By age 7, he scored 16 touchdowns in one season. His loved ones believed Eddie Buggs had an incredible future that would have included attaining his dream as an elite athlete on ESPN. But spinal cancer ultimately took his life this month at the age of 13.
It's still fresh, and we're still very devastated. He's going to be very missed.
Eddie was so well loved that friends and family began the push, even after his death, to get Eddie on ESPN. And then Tuesday, seemingly out of nowhere, came this.
Check out this ridiculous pick from 13-year-old corner Eddie Buggs from Cape Coral Tornadoes.
Oh, you weren't lying when you said ridiculous.
The clip from ESPN has now been posted to YouTube. Of course, the family has now watched it several times. They say it has helped to at least erase a little bit of the heartache that they are feeling.
It's brought a lot of joy, in a devastating time like right now.
Well, I think everybody had a big smile on his face.
Eddie's mother now lives in Texas, but expressed this today, quote, "I honestly didn't think there is anything possible that would make me happy during this difficult time, but this has truly touched my heart. I know my angel has the biggest smile on his face, knowing this dream of his has come true."
The combination of athleticism and intelligence, man. Look at him read that defense.
Andrew Del Greco, Channel 4 Action News.